Another example, which actually is here in this building, we tackled a problem. Again, Knoll was known for our office systems. This goes about 6 years ago. We tried to lay out, looked at cubicles like this one. How boring. And by the way, you put a Gen Wire in one of these spaces, they'll think they've gone to prison. Okay? And so we really tried to tackle what's wrong with this space. I mean, it's dense. I mean, you can get a lot of people per square foot. That's a good thing economically for lots of companies. But these panels, this basic solutions based on panels, which divide space, doesn't encourage collaboration, okay, becomes very confined, very little personality, almost no room for user personality to shine through. And so how do you think about taking those panels down, getting rid of boundaries, opening up a workspace, and having it being really creating a space that supports technology and individual use, but also supports collaboration? And so again, as we thought about this, we went, who's the right team? In this case, we went to a team we'd never worked with before, a team called Antenna Designs out of New York City. They actually did the work on the New York City Metro Station kiosks that sell Metro cards a couple of years ago. So they do human-technology interaction. And that problem they had to solve for 50% of the users buying tickets don't speak English and had never used an ATM. So how do you sell them a Metro ticket in a simple way that they can get where they need to go without having to talk to somebody? And so Antenna Designs had worked through those sorts of problems. And we went to them and said, how do you help us think about an open workspace solution that allows for individual space and expression, but without panels, without boundaries of panels? And so, admittedly, they'd never done furniture. And this is where the first 2 years were, frankly, really a disaster. No, that's not true. It was all part of the process. But they were iterated through a few things. The economics were really way off. The aesthetics didn't quite look right. And frankly, the biggest issue they kept coming up with is that once you took those panels out, you lost support and physical structure, because those panels had supported work surfaces, one attached to the next. And without the panel, you had the work surfaces starting to sag. And so as they started to iterate through this, they realized the solution was in a very simple rail, an extruded aluminum rail that could run long lengths and support a work surface so it wouldn't sag. And yet it was very simple. And this notion of a rail and cradle system created this whole ability to have big, long tables. And you could then combine that with different materials, glass, wood, to create some individual expression. And now you had an open benching system that wasn't bounded by panels, was very simple and easy to use, but literally could now you could start to plan it and move it in lots of different ways. And it's no longer just a boring workstation, but allows for personal expression. Very simple, timeless, and effective solution. And by the way, one that is here throughout the Rotman building, in faculty offices, in your the study carrels. When you go next time you go into those study rooms, if you have, I know many of you are alums and you're not in there, but this product has lots of application in its simple, elegant design. And so again, another example of how do you solve a problem, not just create another desking system.